Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Voices from the Mausoleum, and welcome to our random as hell Eclipse movie live with me and Kat Valor.
Hello.
We were chatting earlier about the fact that I should have thought to schedule something on today, being that Eclipse goes very well with horror. And then we were talking, she was like, I'm so down to talk about two specific movies, which was Little Shop of Horrors and House of the Devil. And I was like, I actually have not seen House of the Devil. What if we do like a watch along? And so here we are.
Here we are.
And
I'm
our
excited.
movie,
I really love House of the Devil.
yeah,
We've been talking about 80s horror this week, and I always say that I don't like 80s nostalgia horror because it
yeah,
gets so bright
literally
and
just had this
colorful.
conversation like 3 nights ago.
I
Literally.
know, and I talk about it all the time on my podcast because it's like I feel like we've had such like a kids on bikes like throwback to the
Sure.
80s
Sure.
just like the last 10 years, and I'm done. I'm sick of it. I don't want it anymore. The exception to the rule is the House of the Devil, because this feels like I feel like 80s nostalgia movies, they're usually like really bright. We've got the neons, we've got the like pop in your face.
Sure.
This feels like a low budget, like straight to cable 80s movies, even
Yeah.
though it was made in 2009. I'm super into it.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure you saw the comments under when I posted that we were going to watch it. There
Oh,
was a few people that were like, "Oh my god, I love this," and I was like,
yeah.
and I told Cece, I was like, "You're making me nervous," and she was like, "Why?" I was like, "Because when a bunch of people like something, I usually don't," and she was like, "Oh, fair." I was like, "But I don't know. I mean, we'll see. We don't agree often on
We
movies, but
don't.
we have movies we agree on. I mean, you
Yeah.
know." So, no, you cannot have food. I mean, so I'm set up in my bed because this is where I'm watching movies, and so there's going to be a lot of earthquakes. It's just because I have cats, and they're well, they're just. I love you so much. Can you just stay over there? And I also have I brought my dinner up because I'm gonna eat dinner while I watch and hang out. And so he's like, I also like cheesy rice. Get out of here. See, look at him. Get out of here.
We're
Um,
talking about cats. Do you want to say hi? Do you want to
Oh
like
yeah, look,
kiss?
we got both our tucks. Well, mine just laid down, but we got both our tuxes.
Oh,
Look,
we've got Strider,
sweet babies.
my big boy.
See, Dimitri, you can give attention without needing food as a motivator.
Well,
He's like, can you though? Can you? Um, Before we jump into the movie, because we're gonna press play here in just a couple minutes, I wanted to do some book shouts. So the first one this actually I just got a copy today, but I've been wanting one since it came out. And that's going to be the We're Not Ourselves Today. This was done by Candisha Press. This came out in March, and it's a collection of pulp stories from let's see if I can Lydia Prime and Jill Girardi, I think is how you say her name. um and so I just wanted to give them a quick shout. First of all, it looks amazing. The cover looks phenomenal. I'm a couple stories in already because I started reading it when I got it today. I love the setup for this, and it's really fun so far. So just wanted to give them a quick shout if you don't have this or if it's not on your radar. Speaking of, excellent segue. Tomorrow, our wonderful friend Radar DeBoard's first self-published adventure, A Year Spent in Horror, is out. From cover to formatting to creativity, this is a phenomenal story. I got a digital. I haven't been all the way through my physical yet, but I got a digital early release of it. These are one word prompt microfiction stories, and there's 365 of them. And they're insanely unique. There's quite literally something for everybody in this story, in this book, and I genuinely cannot recommend it enough. So this comes out tomorrow.
yes, pick it up.
And I'll be
It's
promoting the
phenomenal.
shit out of it. So you guys are going to be so sick of hearing me say that. This is going to be in every video for the next year. Like literally a year spent in horror. I'll be talking about this book for a year, but highly recommend checking that one out too. So I just want to do a couple book shouts real quick before we jump in. We're both watching this on Peacock. It's also on Tubi. I was telling Kat this, I usually do Peacock because Peacock will run ads sometimes at the beginning of movies. So you get them out of the way. Whereas if you and I tried to watch the same thing on Tubi, we would never be on the same part. Never.
No, we'd be getting ads left and right.
Yeah. Oh, let me hit these really quick. I didn't see them. Sorry. Hello. Good evening. Um, Never saw it. Me either. Yes. So if you didn't see my post on social media, I have never seen House of the Devil. This is a live reaction to my first watch, which should be interesting at least. I am on Wi-Fi, so if I drop a little bit in and out, there's not much I can do about it. Hopefully, it'll remain stable. It seems okay right now, I think.
Yeah.
But if it does dip in and out, I'll be back. It's just that I'm not hardwired like I normally am when I run StreamYard, especially for lives. I typically try to be on the hardwire to make it easier. But anyway, okay, so I've got mine up. You got yours up?
Yes, I lost it, but yes, there it is.
We're off to a good start for me because
Yeah.
I was trying to get into my laptops because I told you I wanted to try to get on just to make sure my everything was clear. And my laptop kept telling me I was putting the wrong password in. And I was like, but I'm not though. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna restart my laptop. And then I don't know if I was just, I don't know. Anyway, so it was a little clunky in the beginning for me because I was like, fuck, what's the password then? Please, and lay some insight on me. But okay, I've got mine up. All right, you ready? We'll press play on the 1. I'll count down from 3.
Okay.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Do we have to hit play twice? We do. That's okay. Just keep hitting play. So this came out in 2009, right?
Yes.
Yes. And is it doing the ad thing for you where it's going to run a bunch of them at once?
It is not.
Oh, shit. Oh, you know what? I think I have like the $5.
I'm going to pause.
Okay. Ads are 180 seconds. So when they're done, I'll let you know.
Okay. Yeah, just let me know. I'll start pressing play again. In the meantime, look. You guys.
I loved how casually you were just like CJ. And I was like, who the fuck is that? CJ. You were like, oh no, I named the cat. And I was like, oh, okay. Like it was a totally like rational thing. I just was like, who is that? Like you just threw it in. Like I was supposed to know who that was.
We were day drinking today, so
look at him though.
So cute.
It's a shark kitty. Oh,
it's a shark kitty. You.
He looks a little less like roughed up from the vacuum seal.
Yeah, he was vacuum sealed, but he's puffing back up.
That's good.
Slowly but surely.
Yeah, I saw. So Tasha also got a book from us today. And so when I got the picture on Amazon of the small package, I just assumed it was hers. I didn't even look. So, but it was, I think it was yours. I think it was because it was in such a small thing because it was vacuum sealed. I just thought that was so funny. I'm glad he got there in time though.
Me too.
Totally random find, but worth it.
It's so on brand.
It is so on brand. That's why there's literally no hesitation in my purchasing. Like zero hesitation. You can't have it. I know you want some so bad. I see you. You can't have any.
Oh.
It's just like, you will change your mind. If I look at you long enough, you will change your mind. Won't you? Won't I? I will. So funny. Oh, yeah, I think I'm only done one other thing in like sitting in my bed, and it was after surgery, like right after surgery. I shouldn't have been doing anything, but I was, and I recorded something. And otherwise, I normally have a more stable setup. It works though. My Wi-Fi is okay. It's just not ideal to stream stuff too much off of it with the computer, so which is fine. All right, I'm at 30 seconds. I got one more ad. I'll let you know as soon as it wraps. It's wrapping now. This is going to be interesting with the ads, but at least you've already seen it.
Yeah.
So it won't be like I can talk about stuff that I'm seeing that you don't see because you've already seen it, right? So
right.
I guess if one of us was going to have the annoying kind of ads, it makes sense that it's you. Okay, I'm on my countdown of 10. Okay. My God, it takes forever. Longest 10 seconds of my life. All right, 3, 2, 1. Rated R for gore. Okay. That's what it says in the top corner. Oh, I guess I turn it up. I'm so used to watching Netflix.
I was just going to ask if like my sound is coming through. I've never done a watch along. I don't know how this works.
Me either. This is my first one.
Oh, exciting.
It was super, like I said, it was last minute, but I thought it was a fun idea. I want to do more of them. I just never think about it.
Yeah.
My decisions to watch stuff are usually like so. And I'm also, especially right now, every night for 3 hours, I'm watching The Good Place. During the 1980s, over 70% of American adults believed in the existence of abusive satanic cults. Another 30% rationalized the lack of evidence due to government cover-ups. The following is based on true, unexplained events. Well, I'm excited. That sounds cool. Sounds like an opening of a found footage movie. Let me know if I start echoing too as I turn it up.
Okay.
It should be okay because my microphone is noise canceling, but we'll see. Technology.
Oh, that's the other thing is I don't have my good mic today because I didn't have time to charge it.
Oh yeah. Well, you sound fine. I don't hear any echo or anything. I can't hear your movie at all. So
that's also good. That was my other concern.
Yeah, no, I can't hear it at all.
Okay.
Yeah, no. A film by Ty West, who, by the way, did not direct You're Next.
He did not.
That was Adam Wingard, who, by the way, directed Godzilla vs. King Kong and The New Empire, which I did not know. Fun fact.
I didn't know that either.
Damn! He went from You're Next to Godzilla. That's pretty good. It's a big jump.
I can tell you like it. Oh, I love it. It's perfect. Oh, great. Really is such a neat place. You know, I showed it to another girl this morning, but to be honest, I didn't like her very much.
Wallace.
That's Cujo's mom. I mean, Cujo's mom. Cujo's mom. You know what I meant.
Yeah.
And then the girl that plays the younger girl played the younger version of the mom in the Insidious movie. I don't know what else I know her from though. What's her name? The woman from, what's the mom's name? Or the older lady's mom? What mom's name?
Dee Wallace.
Dee Wallace, thank you. From Cujo, right? I'm not crazy.
No, you're not crazy.
She just is not Cujo's mom because Cujo is a dog.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, there's a little bit of an echo. Is it on my end? Here, I'll turn.
Oh, it might be on mine.
Okay. I can't hear it from my laptop, but that doesn't mean it's not coming through on the live. There we go. Hopefully it won't be too bad. He said Dee Wallace. I said Cujo's mom. This is what it's like to watch movies though. Late night, settle for the day.
You just promised me that you were going to take good care of us.
No.
I promise.
You're right though. This 100% does look like it was done in the 80s.
When I first saw this, so I saw it like just a couple years after it came out. I really thought it was an 80s film.
Oh yeah, I get that. There was a movie like that I watched that I couldn't believe that it was made, but I can't remember what movie it was. Or I was like watching it thinking I knew for sure this had to have been made in this specific time frame, and it was not. It was way newer than I thought, but I can't remember what it was. Sir, please lay down. You can no has. Lay down. Oh, even the intro, like the title card.
You know, and I talk about X a lot and how much I love it, but it's kind of the same deal. Like, I feel like it was made in the 70s, which is just the decade of horror that I like the best.
Oh, well, makes sense.
And it's like, man, he did a really good job. And then when I found out that he was the one that had done House of the Devil, I was like, oh, that makes so much sense.
Oh, right. Yeah, because obviously this came out first. That makes sense. It really is very, can you not? It really is very 80s. I like it. And Cujo's mom as the landlady. Can you stop? Stop. You're going to get kicked out of here. Yeah, lay down.
Speaking of people that are going to get kicked out.
Yeah.
Writer.
He gave up. He laid down. But he's like, you know, like inching closer and closer to my bowl. Get out of here.
We're going to hear like random crashes from that way in a few minutes. And I'll have to get up for a few.
It's okay.
Everyone will get to see my Real Monsters pants.
Oh, you know what? I almost got festive and put on my, I have Jason pajama pants, like legit pajama pants, not joggers, like pajama pants, but I don't like, I only wear pants, like pants when I'm like moving around. Otherwise I prefer shorts because I get too like I have a heated blanket on my legs and I couldn't do that if I had like a, like thick pair of pants on. I have pants
Right,
on.
and
You
you
know what
want
I'm
to
trying
feel
to say.
cozy.
Yeah. I kind of like one of the things that I like about when I see like other people do watch alongs is I kind of like the informality of it all. It's just like a, like, and
Yeah.
not that I'm super formal because I'm not, as you know this, but I'm like, but it's just an opportunity to just be like, whatever, like I don't have to worry about like editing my cat out because he's being a nuisance.
Speaking of which,
you know what I mean?
I will be right back.
Okay. 80s music. Yeah, I'm just responding to the comment. Go ahead. Okay. Yeah, the music is on point. It really does look like it was filmed in the 80s. I'm impressed so far. We'll see. No.
I can.
Good. What? Yes, you're very cute making biscuits. You still can't have any rice. No. I know. I love you so much, but you still can't have it. No, I know. Oh, you're so sweet.
What?
I know. Oh, sock on the door. People still use that when they have roommates,
Yeah.
Sock on the door.
Sock
Ow.
on the door.
Come on. It's morning.
Wrap it up, lady. Inconsiderate roommate. I've had some of those. What else has she been in?
I don't know. The only thing that you like, you brought up the one other thing that I know her from, so
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Insidious 2. She's the younger version. I'm gonna look it up real quick. Babysitter naked. Eclipse viewing. Eclipse tonight outside. Reading all the notes. Oh my god! Look at the people in the highlighter yellow point. That was everybody. That was everybody today. I'm telling you. I went outside and I work in like a big parking lot of a bunch of office buildings, and everybody was outside doing that exact thing.
Oh, really?
They were like, no one had anything to do. Ooh.
Hi, this is Samantha Hughes. I'm calling in regards to the babysitter flyer posted outside my door. But this is the right
House
number.
of the Dead.
If it is, you can reach me
House of the
at
Dead. House of the Devil. We are not talking about that again. There we go. Jesus. That's under a playlist called Video Game Adaptations if you're interested.
Yeah, we have already talked about that one, though.
We're not
if you're
revisiting.
interested.
We're good. Oh, she was in Doctor Sleep.
Was she? Oh, she
Yeah.
was, huh?
Yeah, I forgot about that. That's really it. I don't recognize any of this other stuff. Girl, you better hurry up if you want that job. Yeah, I don't recognize any of this other stuff. Oh yeah, she was in the first installment in the horror anthology. All the creatures were stirring, which is actually one of my favorite Christmas anthology horror movies. It's pretty good. She was in one of those skits too. But other than that, I don't recognize it.
I was gonna say it might also be my favorite Christmas anthology horror movie just by like default.
It's good.
Sure.
I really like it. It's weird, but I really liked it. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Have you seen the Puka movies?
Mhm.
You have?
I have.
I really liked the first one.
I really liked the second one because it had Felicia Day in it.
Fair enough. No, the second one was okay too. Was a better sequel than I honestly was thinking it was going to be. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
I love the first one. So I call my son that. I call my son Puka.
Aww.
Just because. And I think they're known to be like nefarious little like pixies style looking creatures or something. I don't know. There's like, or like they have like there's like a creature that's based off of, or that has that name. but I've always called him that, even when he was a baby. And so when I saw there was a horror movie called Puka, I was like, done and done. I ended up really liking it. Oh, sock's gone. Jesus. And her side's all like neat and stuff. Relatable.
Yeah, that's me.
Oh no, I'm the messy ones. But I not when I've had roommates, but I did have a roommate one time that her boyfriend stayed over like all the time. He didn't live there or pay bills, but he was always there. And it was fine. Like I didn't have an issue with it, but they would leave messes everywhere. They went out of town one weekend. I'm condensing this to make it a short story. They went out of town one weekend. I cleaned the whole house, like popped the glass out of the coffee table, cleaned around it, like cleaned it. I got up the next day after they had gotten home to get ready to go to work, and there was shit everywhere. Like, okay, like dishes they left out. So I went and picked shit. They were gone already for the day. I went and picked up all their dishes, everything, and all of their just shit from everywhere and put it in the middle of her bed. Food in it and all. Didn't care. I was like, you bitch. I literally spent all weekend cleaning up after y'all. I was livid. If she'd been there, it probably would have been an altercation because I was mad. But I just left all the trash and stuff in her bed. And then she messaged me about it when she got home before me. And I was like, well, clean up after yourself. You won't have to worry about that stuff happening again.
I've never had like a roommate, but my ex and I had like, because I worked from home and he was a Twitch streamer. So we had like 2 desks. We had our room laid out with like 2 desks while we had this like teeny tiny apartment. And it was the same way. Like he'd leave shit all over the place. And it's like, no, I have to be here all day. You're gonna pick this up like right now. If it spills over onto my side, it's a problem.
Yeah. My partner is like super clean. Like I sent her there was this funny video. It was like people neat freaks when they tell you their house is dirty. And like one of the things they say is like, I'm so sorry. The dishes in the dishwasher are clean. I just haven't put them away. I live like such a pig. And it's like so over the top, you know? And it's like the house is immaculate and they're just like, but it's like that the whole time. It's just him saying stuff that's like not, you know. And so I sent it to my partner. I was like, this is you. We're like, I gotta deep clean my house, and there's like a pair of socks on the floor and a cup in the sink. Like, oh, not true. And meanwhile, I'm like, no, but like, I literally live in chaos. Not filth, just chaos, because I have such a small kid. Eclipse pot. You know, I assume you have Smoothie King where you live?
Maybe. It's too cold out here for me to ever get smoothies, so I have no idea.
They did an Eclipse smoothie today, and when you got it, you got a pair of glasses for free.
Oh, that's fun.
I saw the Eclipse pie and everything.
Anyway.
This, by the way, esteemed director of Barbie, Miss Greta Gerwig.
Oh yeah, the blonde, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw her name in the opening credits. I didn't recognize her though, so I'm glad you said that.
Yeah. I thought it was like a fun shout out because I also know her from her directing.
Yeah, I didn't know she had done any acting.
It was not just this, but this is the thing that I know her from best in terms of acting.
Yeah, but just relax. It's Wednesday.
Can you imagine trying to make rent by babysitting? What would it look like now? You'd have to charge $200 an hour.
I had a summer job where I was like babysitting regularly, but it was with family, and they paid my rent so I could do it. Like, my aunt could not find a full-time babysitter, and she was like, if you will stay just for the summer, I will pay your rent. Like, get out here, please. And that was, I mean, it was also for like 4 kids, though.
Cool.
So
That's a lot.
I can't imagine like looking up ads somewhere else and being like, ah, yes, babysitting for rent.
It's just too high now.
Yeah.
You should go around campus and rip down all of the other posters you put up, and then nobody else calls them. I like them apples. I was gonna pay.
I like that plan.
Genius. Because then nobody else will.
That's something I would do. And then they would have no choice but to give me the job. Like, oh, that's so weird. Hey, gentle claws, dude. I know. Okay. That little chef guy that was in the background just in, my best friend's dad was a caterer for like a while. And he did like weddings and stuff like that. He has one of those legit from like the 80s. The ones that
Really?
hold up like the little thing and then you can like change out the menu on it or whatever. But it looks
Wow.
just like that, except it's holding like a sign that you can change.
That's
So
fun.
that's pretty spot on for the time. This roommate is a nuisance. Between the mess and the snoring, couldn't do it.
The snoring would drive me crazy.
Can't do it. Can't do it. Poor Samantha. She looks like what's her name from Black Christmas, the original.
She does.
If I had not known this was made in 2009, I might would have second guessed who it was. I was looking at for a second.
I will. And when I talk about this movie, we did a podcast on this like a couple months ago, and I kept calling her Jess, and it's like, nope, that's the Black Christmas one. Like,
He looks. You know what's funny? I think I may have almost said the same thing a second ago, but then I was like, her name is Samantha, right?
it's
like
Samantha.
She does. She definitely favors her. They could be siblings
They could be.
if they existed at the same age, in the same time frame. Man, I feel for her. I get it.
Oh, shit. Someone called for you. Who? I don't know. Some dude, some guy.
I swear I know this person in real life.
Where? Where did it? Chill out. It's there. Just, I don't know. When was it?
Before cell phones.
That's also my favorite thing, because this was coming out at, you know, in the late aughts, where it's just like we were coming up with so many dumb workarounds about why cell phones didn't work. So this was like really refreshing, where it's just like, no, it's in
No,
the
like they weren't
80s.
a thing. Yeah.
You don't have them.
Yeah. Red flags. He sounds creepy.
He sounds so creepy.
You know what I mean? Like he doesn't sound like yeah, come watch my kids for me. He sounds like, yeah, come over so I can sacrifice you to whatever I believe in. He sounds like that.
Okay.
Dire times though, man. Gotta make rent. Gotta get away from that damn roommate. She's the worst. I love that the woven brace. I have woven bracelets on. I have 2 of them. Were those 80s?
Maybe.
Oh, sorry, I missed comments. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Hi, Norin.
Hi.
Tom Noonan in here, absolutely. I don't know who that is. Who's that? Who's he play? The creepy dad? Not dad? The fake dad? The one that just talked to on the phone? Man. Oh. Okay. I'm with you now. Got it. All right, move my camera. I love the music. Somebody said that, didn't they? Oh no, maybe that was a different movie. Somebody was talking to me about soundtracks today. Oh no, that was a different movie about what's it called? Sunflower? What's it called?
So
That's us today. I'm so sick of hearing about that stupid eclipse. It might explode.
So, do you want to come with you?
What movie was it?
Good friend, by the way.
Legit friend.
Yeah, like evil schemes, driving you out to the middle of nowhere, offering to come in.
I'm here for it. Yeah, she's awesome. The atmosphere in this movie is so good. Also, Jocelyn Donahue was fantastic as the lead actress. You mean Jess Jr.? Is that who plays Samantha? Y'all know I don't know this. You gotta
Yes.
school me.
But Jess Jr. was also right.
Jess Jr. I'm trying so hard to find this damn movie. Oh, here it is. What was it? It's called. Come on, load. Sunshine is the movie somebody was talking about with the soundtrack.
Yes, he was. And you were super bummed out. And like, we had a good idea, and no, you were going to do it, so I had to do it, man. And I didn't know I was going to call you. How could I have known that? Sorry. Well,
Worked
I
out.
don't know why I got the job. Nobody else's fault.
That's a great idea. I wouldn't be mad. I'd be like, you're the best. Why aren't we roommates?
Let's just wait and see how it goes. It could be nice, you don't know. Well, I do. Normal people in Oswald kind of said that those people will see today don't. That's talking. That's different. People make mistakes. I mean, hey, they live all the way across the country, so they're at least normal enough to have no jobs to pay for money. Do you think having lots of money makes you normal? Clearly, none of that my family.
It does not make you normal. In fact, it usually makes you the opposite of normal. Although I'm weird and I'm not rich, so maybe it's not. Different kind of weird. Good weird.
Good weird, yeah. I think
Rich
that's-
is like bad weird. I don't, maybe it's just because of the girl, but this feels very Black Christmas too, but it may just be, I mean, that was late 70s, but still like aesthetic wise, you know, some of the shots kind of similar.
I can definitely see it.
Yeah. That's one
But
of my
Black
favorite.
Christmas also, kind of set the tone for movies for a long
Ever.
time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's my favorite movie. One of my favorite movies of all time. Not just horror, but in general. Yeah. A lot of
Because
love
it's
for that one.
phenomenal.
And it never loses its magic, no matter how many times you watch it. I laugh at it and just love it so much every single time I watch it. Calm down.
Me
Just-
too. It's one of the few that I watch like every year for
Mhm.
Christmas.
Yeah, same. Which one was the remake that you liked? That was the second one, right? The 2019?
No.
Oh, it was, what's the other one? 2000 and,
I want to say it's 2009.
is it 3006?
It's 3006. uh,
Oh, you like the one with the gold stuff in it. That's the first one, right? The first remake?
the one with what?
The one with the gold. Where he looks like he's gold.
Oh, yeah.
That's that one, right? Okay.
That's the one.
The one where there's two of them. It's been out for a long
Yeah.
time. Sorry if that spoiled it. But yeah.
I'd completely forgotten about that. I just remember the I always think about the cookie cutters.
Oh my
So
god.
dumb. It makes me so happy. But it's terrible.
When I think of that movie, I think of him being gold. That's like the first thing that I think of.
That's
I think
fair.
she looks like the lead actress from the original Suspiria. The Samantha, I assume. We were talking, I don't know if you heard us, Nora, and we were talking about the fact that she looks like Jess from Black Christmas. I haven't
I
seen
can see it
Suspiria
though.
either. One. Old or
What?
remake. Mm-mm. Isn't it one of those shock value movies where it's like just weird for being weird? No.
I wouldn't call it that, no. Definitely not the remake. I
Definitely.
understand because it's like a giallo film, and a lot of those were that way.
I'm
But
not a
Suspiria is
fan.
like very artful.
Okay. Maybe I'll give it a chance one day. Maybe we'll do something like this and do it. I haven't I didn't watch it though because I don't like Giallo's stuff normally. Not for me.
If you ever do a Suspiria remake rumble, I'll replace you for that episode. I love Suspiria so much.
Yeah. It probably should be on the docket for remakes. So should just think about this the other day. Mommy Dearest.
Ooh.
Mommy Dearest.
Mommy dear, good night, mommy.
Yeah. No, that's it. I'm sorry. Mommy Dearest. Yes. Pooja's mom, Mommy. I don't know what's wrong with me today. And then I called the landlord her mom because I heard her say daughter, and then I got confused. And I was like, oh wait, she's not her mom. She's just.
Oh, yeah. No, Megan's not staying. She's just my ride. I don't have a car, so she was just dropping me off.
Oh, good.
Technically, he didn't say she couldn't stay. He just said he wasn't paying to.
Yeah.
It's just that my wife is very rich. This whole situation.
Girl, if you don't get back in that car and go back where you came from.
Unfortunately,
Excuse me?
please sit down.
He's fucking weird. I don't like it. Don't do that. What if it's poison? I just knew she was going to put it back in the bowl. I could visually see her being like, put it back in the bowl. Gross. Are those are those like old people candies, right? The ones that have like random colors. They look like jewels for some reason.
I think so.
It's Italian giallo, very stylish and colorful. Yeah.
We actually
I may have to cave and watch it at some point.
We have a child. He's grown. This job tonight is not for our child, but for my wife's mother.
Oh,
Hear me out.
Mr. Roman, I don't have any experience with anything like that. Maybe you should.
I'm sorry.
He couldn't even get up all the way. Poor thing. I get it. That's me right now. My back's still healing.
This is not anything.
Yeah.
It's nothing mythical whatsoever. In fact, you don't have to do much of anything. I find this all a bit off. Understand all these best intentions. I've been putting advertisements up as to we get some for tonight, but nobody responds to help assistance or home care anymore. So I thought maybe babysitter that response. That's too much. Like I said in the phone, and when I told her that she backed out. So. I mean, I figure it's all this horror stories that you read in the paper, see on TV that have scared away girls of your age from these types of opportunities.
Yeah, there's a lot of weirdos out there.
You're right. And I sincerely apologize for being dishonest, but what I'm asking you is not that you expected. It's essentially just like babysitting.
I'm sorry, I appreciate your situation. I do.
Okay, what would it
We've already set it up for this to work. No matter what it is, she needs it.
Gave you another $100.
In the 80s? That's a lot.
Okay,
Well, her total rent is like $300.
$200. That's $300 for one night. Please, you have no idea.
I'd stay too. $100 is a lot now to me. I'd be like,
I know.
I guess. Sure.
Megan. Jeez, come on, hold on. Megan. Come on, wait a second.
Do you remember the game plan? The game plan was if they're weird, we leave. This is beyond weird. It's mental. You know, they lied to you. They lied to
I
you.
know you're right. But it's $400. It's $400 for 4 hours. This equals first month's rent and then some, and all I have to do is sit inside and watch TV. It's too good to be true.
Do you ever think it is too good to be true?
Megan, please, I need the money.
It's so stupid.
Look, you're being a great friend right now. This is huge. This one night changes everything for me. Come on, it's only a few hours. That's it. Just promise me you'll be here by 12:30 and then it's over. Just promise me.
They'll be fine.
She's worried about it. She's not going to leave her there. That wouldn't make any sense.
Also, I love this house.
You know what's so funny? I was just thinking the same thing. I was like, man, I want a porch like that. For real. 300 back in the early 80s. 400. Yeah. I'm telling you, that's a lot now. based on what these people pay their employees. That's a lot of money. Uh-oh. I'm ready for the jump scare. Something can jump out. You know where I would not park to smoke a cigarette? By a cemetery. Catwood.
100%.
Oh my god. Oh my god, you scared me.
Sorry.
Is that fucking Crispin from your neck? Is that the boyfriend from your next? The guy right there.
Maybe. Yes.
I
Maybe.
hated him in that movie. I was
He
like,
was the-
kill him
yeah.
again. Trying to find this picture. I forget what Ty West looks like. I never expect him to look like that, though. Okay. Is this him? He ain't got a beard in this picture. Is this him?
Yes.
Yeah, he was Crispin.
Where the hell did you come from? Did you just cry?
Are you? Are you not the babysitter?
No, I'm not the babysitter. My friend's
Fuck. As soon as he said that, I was like, oh no. I loved her.
No.
Crispin, you are an asshole in everything that you play. Asshole. God, as soon as he said that, I was like, fuck, he's about to do something crazy.
I do love that kill though. It's just like so.
So good. No, it's so good. Because you know something's going to happen, but I don't know that I was prepared for that.
Yeah,
That was cool.
you expect it to ramp up, you know, where it's like now
Yeah.
he knows she's not the babysitter. They're gonna do like a cat and mouse, but no, he's just like gone.
He's like, then you're not needed. Well, and they did a good job with the pace in there because you get the jump scare, and then so you're thinking you're going to get a bit of a break before
Yeah.
something else crazy happens. Damn, that
You
was
don't.
good.
She's quite able-bodied. Actually more able.
I love his Wolfman cane that he's got there.
If she needs anything, she'll be able to get it herself. She's quite independent. Most likely we need to see it. We need to be alert. Just in the off chance that there's an emergency. And this is most always she's in the parent.
That sounds easy enough to handle.
Oh, there's
You not the babysitter. What the
it's a
fuck? That's crazy.
just in case you need us. Again, there's a number on the fridge for pizza. I said that. It's looking screwed on, but I see too much as it is. So I'm gonna.
If I had walked in and seen him thinking I was there to babysit a kid, I'd be like, get a late start, Gramps. Can't even walk across the room. Although men never stop working until they die, so they can have kids whenever they want, but still. His wife could be 20. I don't know. Got a big house. I can't believe her friend is dead. I'm so upset. That was great.
I know.
I'm worried. I thought he was talking to his wife. Yes, he was talking to his mom.
Are you here for mom? Yes. Yes.
What?
Here it goes. Not to us. It's not. Well,
She looks like a Disney villain.
Did they-
Corella Deville.
Samantha. Nice to meet you.
One of my goals as I age is to dress more and more like a Disney villain. So it's a good style choice.
I'm sorry I'm missing these. It's because my TV is on the other opposite side of the room. Yes, you're correct about Crispin. He is also another Ty West film called The Sacrament. Yes, he is. I love The Sacrament. That's found footage. That's great. That's the retelling of the Jim Jones Jonestown. Damn, indeed. She is a Disney villain. I'm not even playing for real. Ooh.
What about you? Is this your home?
Yeah. Well, it's more downstate, but it's pretty much the same. I don't like the cold much either.
And now you're here. Look awful young to be.
Everybody says that. But
So, wow. You could have fooled me. I bet the boys really like.
I hate when people say shit like that.
Of course they do.
I'd be like, I really like me.
Fine, young beauty like you. I remember when I was your age. Your mother was worried herself sick.
No touchy.
Here we go.
He gave her the money already, right?
He gave her half, I think.
Yes. And
My
she's
bitch, why are you still there? You got the money. Run. Sorry. She seems creepier. Yeah, I agree. I agree. And does not respect personal space.
Too close for a stranger.
I do not. I'm not about being touched by fucking strangers, dude. We went out. Wait, let me hear this part, and then I'll tell you what I was saying.
I warn you. About both of you.
We went out to eat for lunch, like a group of coworkers and I. And my coworker knew how strongly I feel about being touched by people that are not my child or my partner. And like I'm super weird about it. And the waitress comes by and like holds my shoulder for like a solid minute 30. And I like I was trying so hard not to be mean, but I was like, if she don't get her fucking hand off me, I will snap. I know I'm gonna freak out. And my coworker is dying laughing because she can see it all over my face. Oh my God. I was like, please stop, please stop, please stop, please stop. Don't touch me. It became this joke after that Angel doesn't like to be. I don't. Like, this belongs to me. Don't touch it.
That's like not even a joke. Don't be touching people.
Don't be touching people. Any fucking body. I tell my son that all the time. If you don't want to be touched, and you tell people don't touch me. Oh. But like that specific touch was too intimate. Made me uncomfortable. I was about to say, who'd she call? She's not alive. I was so. I hate people. I used to hate that shit. People be like, "Hey," and they would leave time. They'd be like, "I'm not doing anything. What you doing?" And then they'd be like, "Nah, that's just my voicemail." Special place in hell for people who do that shit.
Absolutely.
Or whatever exists in the bad place.
Megan, it's me. Pick up. Still not home yet? Sorry for that. Oh, all right, I'll call you back. It's not that bad. Just hurry up and be home.
She better drink that tap water.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Tap water? No.
It was
Not
the
no way.
80s.
I told my best friend when we were talking about Deer Park the other day. I told her we were talking about how gross Deer Park is. She was like, "You know it comes from Florida." I said, "Then it's probably also homophobic." I'm not gonna drink shit. Oh, sorry. Okay. Is this movie like Burnt Offerings? Weird old lady upstairs never comes out. I haven't seen Burnt Offerings. Have you seen that one, Kat?
Yeah. I would not call it like Burnt Offerings in that way. I should rewatch Burnt Offerings though.
I
It's
haven't seen
also
that.
very good.
Add it to my ever-growing list. Oh, that's a car alarm here. I was like, what is the car alarm in there? It's outside. Somebody set off their alarm. I'm trying to look around or like I can make a difference. I'm like, maybe if I just we're like the same age. You used to have to do that too with your phone, right? Drag it all the way across the house.
Oh yeah.
And then it gets all messed up in a coil.
Not for very long, but
No.
I do remember those days.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, when we had that kind of phone, I had very few people who were calling me.
Well, we had cordless phones, but I wasn't allowed to use them because my parents monitored my phone calls. So I could only talk on the phone to my friends if I was in the kitchen where they could hear me in the living room. So I wasn't allowed to use the cordless phones until I was a little bit older. And that was when they start, we really didn't have landlines anymore. By the time I graduated high school, it wasn't really a thing. Everybody had cell phones. The way this is shot gives me anxiety. These wide, you know what I'm talking about? Like, because the
Yeah.
angles affect, how you feel as a viewer. Because I'm like, what the fuck what am I supposed to be looking at?
That's the thing, like, I don't know where it's so open.
Mm-hmm. It's brilliant. It's filmed brilliantly though, because that works to create tension as a viewer. And see, like showing rooms where you can't see the whole thing. That's so smart. Because then you're like, what's in there? Is there about to be something in there?
You never feel like you're getting the whole picture.
No. And whatever is going on in front of you, you don't trust it because you can't see all of it.
Yeah.
Smart though. Smart filmmaking. I watched a thing about ratios one time and about the impact that the way films are shot ratio wise and how it affects the viewer specifically based on the ratios. It's interesting stuff. I can do this. I took piano for 3 years.
Really?
I hated it. I did not want to do it. My parents made me do it. But I can still play A Whole New World.
Oh.
And Heart and Soul. And I can play Mary Had a Little Lamb with my knuckles.
With your knuckles?
Yeah. I hated it so much. I goofed off a lot.
I theoretically can play a lot of songs because I played the xylophone in band, which has the same layout, but like the finger motions. Like if you gave me mallets, I could play a piano fine.
Right. Yeah. My parents just thought I needed to do piano, but I hated it. I hated everything. I was a cheerleader too for a little while. They just made me do shit I didn't want to do.
That's how it is.
Yeah. Yeah. The good news is because it happened to me, it won't happen to my kid. Because I won't do that. Like I made him do basketball. We did go though. He wanted to do basketball. We got there. It was too much. It was overwhelming for him. The concept of playing with kids he didn't know, it was just too much. And so, but we went every weekend. Even if he just sat on the bleachers, I was fine with that. He still had to listen and be good, but we went every weekend because I just felt like, I'm not going to make you do it if you don't want to do it, but we did pay for it. Let's just see how comfortable we can get. By the end of it, he would play a little bit off, to the side, but he just wasn't ready for team sports. And so there was, his grandparents on my ex's side were like, oh, is he going to do it again? I'm like, no, he doesn't want to.
That's fair.
He wants to try again, another year or so when he feels more comfortable with the idea, then sure. But I did make him go pretty much every weekend though. Even if we just sat there, I was like, all right, we at least got to show up. Might change.
It could.
It did not, but it could have. I wouldn't have known if I didn't make him go.
Yeah.
But that's not the same as like making your kid take something for years when they've already told you after the first year they don't want to do it anymore.
If I was good at something, my parents would like make me keep taking it, and which made me really afraid to try new things because it's like,
'Cause
what
then
if
you're
I'm a
like-
secret prodigy at this, and then I'm stuck going forever?
Yeah. Yeah, something is about to jump out, right? Yeah, that's how this feels. The way this is shot, you're like constantly on. I mean, even as we're just chatting, I'm on edge. I'm like watching it like,
Yeah.
And this house, I know it's not the same size-wise or layout-wise per se, but the house reminds me of Black Christmas too.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Like the staircase and stuff in particular. What? Okay, she turned the light off on her own. I was like, why did it get dark so fast? And this kind of stuff. Oh, Lord. I couldn't sit in that room at nighttime. There's no curtains or nothing.
Mm-mm.
Is that the old lady in that window? I should have put glasses on. There was somebody in that window, right? I assume it was the old lady. We didn't get totality where I live. We didn't get to see the whole thing. We only got to see half, I think.
We had totality for about 3 minutes, I think.
Yeah, I think over by you there was. Yeah, I did remember. I read that because I trying to shake my camera as I adjust. I saw there was a few places you could go see it, or if you lived there, you'd get to see it, but not here. You guys are dumb. I don't like y'all TV personality things. Get your popcorn ready. I like mine with butter. No one cares. Just stick to the news, lady. I missed her name. The other guy was Steven. I didn't remember his name. Should have to put headphones on. Oh, this is going to give me so much anxiety. My cat was like, the abrupt changes so it sounds. It's okay. It's okay. It's a movie. Mm-mm. I do this in my house. I would never be comfortable doing this in somebody else's house. Like, I just dancing around like that. I'd be like, what? They got cameras.
I will say, because like I used to house sit and stuff,
Mhm.
but I can't imagine, you know, and I would like come in and kind of goof off a little bit or whatever, but for one night, like, I don't know, I'd always get really anxious like a few hours before I left because it's like, what if they're home early and my stuff's everywhere or whatever? Like, I'm not this comfortable before the owners are about to arrive.
I'm telling you, as much of this stuff as I watch and consume, I'm a chicken in real life. Like, I would be so scared of being in a big house. I would never have both of my ear holes covered. That would never happen to me. But I wouldn't be doing all this, is dancing around. I mean, good for her. I'm happy for her. She looks very happy. But
She does look
all her work, she's worry free right now, right? But like, stressing me out, Samantha. This is a cool house, though. Oh,
That's why you don't dance around other people's houses.
be less happy. Cool your jets. That was probably a haunted base. That's the start of it all. Just kidding. Because, see, that's the other thing. You're in a house you're not familiar with. So, like, I don't know.
I knock over enough shit in my own house, you know? Like,
Let alone someone else's house that you don't really know them. And, ugh.
and like a fancy house too, that's going to have fancy things in it that are going to be
Yeah,
expensive.
that vase probably costs more than, like, she's being paid for the whole night.
I know.
Don't do it. I told you it's Cruella de Vil. That's a Dalmatian jacket. Don't touch that. Get out of there. Nosy. Wait, what? Is that not a Volvo in the picture, or it is?
It's a different
Car, right?
family.
Okay. Just making sure I'm
Yeah.
picking up on what's happening. Okay. The car they left in is the one in the picture. The Volvo is not, right?
Right.
Okay. Make sure I'm on the same page. Fuck you, Kristen. Was that the same cigarette? No way. It's been like 15 minutes, 20 minutes. I know. You're so cute. I know. I know. I know. Yeah, I'd be freaked out. It's so quiet right now. I'm like, don't trust it. The real owners. Can you imagine? That'd be a good That'd be a good twist. Now she goes in the attic and finds somebody with a paper bag over their head, or a dry cleaning bag over their head. We know something. I'll send you a picture of this ham.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Right.
Oh.
His little, I don't know if you can see it in the picture, his little teethies are hanging out. Gets a little fang.
Can't believe mine left.
I'll share mine. See, this is very like the calls from inside the house. You know that scene? The way they shot like at the top of the, not quite the top of the stairs, but like, you know what I mean? Like down at an angle. I'm here for it. I fucking love Black Christmas. It's such a masterpiece of a film. What? I didn't even barely move. Don't look at me like that. I didn't. I'm always amazed at what directors come up with for camera shots. Like, like how their brains just are like, you know what we should do? This. And it just it looks great. It works.
You know who I really, really value for that is Edgar Wright.
Give me a movie.
Shaun of the Dead.
Oh. I did know that actually. Okay. Is that there? Is that a little? Oh, you're ahead of us. The real owners. Damn it! I'm glad I didn't know that was a spoiler.
Yeah, I was just like,
you didn't say anything, but I didn't pick up on it. I didn't pick up on it. What side of my house on this side? Yeah, I didn't expect that. I saw the little boy and I was like, wait just a damn minute. And then it zoomed out and I saw 3 people and I was like, oh. Oh, God, she has no idea that that's there. Oh, God damn it. That got me. Ugh. Me too, Jess, number 2. Did she have a knife in her hand the whole time? That's fine.
yeah.
No, I thought I was going to pan up. It's going to be Crispin. It is, though, right? Gotta be. Yeah, look at those shoes. Okay. Asshole. I loved his death in Your Neck so much.
It was so satisfying.
God, it was. I felt validated on behalf of Aaron. I was like, yeah, dude, like, just keep killing him over and over again. I'm good with it. I never had one of those phones though. I had buttons. Shit's starting to spiral.
It's fine.
It's not okay.
She's fine. Megan? I'm sorry. I thought I hung up before I connected. No. Everything's fine. I didn't need a call. Yeah, I know. It was an accident. I'm sorry. Thanks.
That's a big ass piece of pizza. I don't think I could eat. I'd be too stressed. See, that's something I would have been done. Turn all the lights on.
Yeah.
I do that in my real house. All like where I'm sitting, my closet light is on, both my hall lights, both bathroom lights. I'm a lights person.
You know, I don't do that much at home, but like when I'm in a new environment, if I get spooked, the first thing I do, it's like all the lights.
It's so comforting. Always do this to themselves. Some crazy, scary shit's going on. So the first thing they do is put on a scary movie.
Well, to be fair.
I have no idea. I know who he was in another movie, but I don't know what his role is in this yet. I hadn't figured it out. I'm not sure the degree of cultness this has, so we'll see. I do like that. Not fountain. What's it called? Faucet. Looks fancy. Stop doing that. You're grossing me out. Yeah. Oh no. Is there something in the pizza? I don't know how deep this goes. What the fuck? You sure are giving yourself a loud bath over here. Can you settle down? Very loud. You're very loud. And you do nothing all day. What do you even need a bath for? It's like a crazy amount of time a day the cat cleans themselves, like 80% or something stupid like that. It's like a high percentage.
He's so cute, though.
He knows it, man. He knows it. In between his toes. That's why it's so loud. I'm sure you can't even hear it because it's on the side.
I can't, but Atticus is the same way. Like when he goes after his toes.
Yeah, they get loud. And see, moving around up here in the dark is like not something I would do either. There we go. She's cutting lights on. Good plan. Yeah, man, you would not know this came out in 2009. That's crazy. That is insane to me. That's not common because most of the time, like you said, when they try to do this, it's so obvious it wasn't. So you either have to be okay with that, or it's gonna bother you. But this,
Yeah.
I would, if I hadn't known, I would have like never been able to guess what year this came out.
And I don't know why, because for the most part, I'm pretty good at being like, they tell me, hey, this is 1960 or whatever, and I'm like, yeah, sure, I believe it. But for whatever reason, stuff said in the 80s, it just bothers me.
Maybe because it's
I
done
think,
more. It's like
yeah, because it has
done.
been so popular lately. Like, I think
Mhm.
I'm just tired of it.
I can see that.
Because it wasn't always an issue that I had, but like the last few years, I just can't with 80s movies anymore.
Yeah, I do think that's probably part of it then, because I definitely think it's something that's I like that faucet too. How fancy. I hate the wallpaper though. Yeah, I think it's something that's just been done a lot. God, the music scared me. Fuck that. An addict? Come on, man. She still got the knife? Yeah, I think. I can't tell. Hurry up, put your hands where I can see them. They don't want full changeling on us. An attic with 2 doors. There's bad and then there's badder. God. There's the eclipse. I've told you this before. I am absolutely terrified of dark in real life.
Yeah.
This would put me in a full blown panic attack. I wouldn't be able to deal. Why are we standing there? There was something in the pizza. Or she's just painting. I can't tell. Oh no. We're in it now, Jess. Hey, shh. Have you had ads?
No.
What
I've been
what kind of
notified.
peacock you got?
Apparently I have the fancy kind of peacock.
Okay, apparently so. You got top tier over there.
I would not have guessed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't use Peacock a lot.
Well, you got to have it so you can watch the new Five Nights at Freddy's when it comes out. Which is now on Prime. It's not even on Peacock anymore.
God damn it. Peacock.
I know. But Peacock has, well, neither of these are going to be Lisa. Oh, no. Lisa the Frankenstein and Night Swim. The colors in this. Damn. I shouldn't have had the pizza. I knew it. She is terrifying. She doesn't even look like she has whites to her eyes.
No.
What? She's so creepy looking. Here it is. Ooh, wrist stuff. Oh, it's like a bowl. Okay. It looks like it's got like a cutout on the top of it. Yep, I'm with you. I'm with you. What the fuck? That is a cool ass skull, though.
Isn't it?
What? Blech. That's cool, though. The skull's cool. Bitch. Jesus. Oh, eyeball stuff. Oh, that's one of my things. Ugh. Eyeballs and fingernails. Oh shit. Is that the boom? No, reopening old wounds here. Oh my god. There we go. Oh shit, he's got his gun out. Damn. Got up there fast. Fucker. God, your deaths are so happy for me. For the record, I talk this much to myself when I watch movies alone, too. It's actually probably worse when I'm by myself because I just talk shit the whole time.
I was gonna say, I feel like I'm like too far the opposite. I feel like I'm a terrible person to have a watch along with because I get so lost in movies.
That's okay. That happens to me too sometimes, but I am a natural talker. Now, not through movies, like, you know what I mean? Like, if we go to see
Yeah.
something and like we've never seen it, I'm not going to talk through it, you know? But something like this, I feel I'm more comfortable with just kind of chatting at certain moments or whatever. But I will talk through things that I've seen before. Just
I do feel like I'd be a good streamer because I can't help but talk to myself when I play video games.
see, now that's actually a struggle. When I did, what the fuck? When I did what was my first big playthrough I ever did for the channel was medium, and it takes a few episodes for me to get used to talking while I'm playing video games because I get so scared so easily in games, and I get so focused on what I'm doing to solve puzzles or whatever that I forget to talk. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm still here. I'm just playing this game.
I feel like I need someone. I maybe I should do it for Slasher Radio. I feel like I should do like Binding of Isaac streams because that's one where I can't help but talk to myself nonstop all the time.
Oh, I'd love to hear it, man. I bet it's fun to it's, they never get the gun ever. Like that's never something that happens. And if she did, let's just be honest, right? Let's be honest. If she got it, it would just be out of bullets. That's what they always do. Man, you could have put that whole thing in there. Don't be so dramatic. She's been shot. You're fine. Oh, I guess you're not fine. There we go. She got the gun.
She got it.
She's got what, 2 left? 2 people left? No. Yeah. 2.
Yeah.
Careful. Jesus. Need some slip resistant shoes. Oh. Yeah, because he's still alive. I turn around and be like, you owe me more money.
Where's my other $100?
With an inconvenience fee. Oh, that's the friend's car. The best friend's car. I guess I didn't realize she was that close to the house. It seemed like she was further away.
It does kind of look like she's further away. I'm not sure exactly how close it is, but because he kind of walks her car back.
That's true. He moves it. You're right.
But
no, you stop.
It's the messenger. Carries that torch. 3 moments away now.
She just aimed the gun at the moon. Like, I'll just take out everything. Y'all did all that work for nothing. Wait, who's in the hospital? There was brain matter that came out the side of her head. Stop it. How? Because she's possessed or whatever? The fuck? Yeah. You know nothing. Peacock's trying to move on to the next thing. I hate when it does that. There we go. Cancel. Dead child, dead husband, dead wife. Local DJ. Favorite teacher, Ty West. I can't believe she survived that headshot. That's crazy.
I know.
That's crazy. Well, keep waiting on something to happen because it's still showing her in the hospital bed. No, that was really good. I liked it.
I'm glad. I'm glad you.
Yeah.
I knew that you were gonna like it better than X.
Yeah. No, this was good. And I'm with you on the 80s thing. It's wild. I really, like, sincerely, if I didn't know, like, if Crispin hadn't been somebody I recognized, and if I had known this was done in 2009, I would have never guessed that it was not an 80s movie.
I know. It's just, it's
wild.
got that vibe down.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't think so. Ooh. Yep, I liked it too. Was this a first watch for you too? I've never seen this before. But apparently a lot of people really like it. And it's also like, I guess because when we talked about it earlier and it came up, it was like, 2009 was a long time ago, but it doesn't feel like it. Like when I say 2009, I'm like, oh, that wasn't that long. But that was only 2 years after I graduated high school, and I've been out of high school for a minute, so it's not super new. No, that was really good. That guy that plays Crispin, like, he plays such an ass in everything. He plays I think he's the brother in The Sacrament. Have you seen that one? I know you're not
Yeah.
super into found footage. Have you seen that one?
Yeah.
Did you like it or no?
I do like it. It is my least favorite Ty West, though. But it's good.
Yeah, it's probably my favorite. I love it. Cult stuff is like that kind of cult stuff, like real, like that stuff just makes me so uncomfortable. And the guy that they got to play him, Jesus.
They did a good job.
God, he did. When you see it, the first time you see him with them sunglasses on, you're like, oh shit. Everybody gonna die. It's so convincing. No, I love that one. I think we covered that on Found Footage Fridays because Tom had never seen it. Tom doesn't like super bleak things, so I think it was a pretty uncomfortable watch for him. But I like bleak stuff. I mean, one of my favorite movies is The Pianist, and I don't know that. I mean, I guess there's worse than that, but that movie's pretty fucking bleak from
Yeah.
start to finish. But it's Adrian Brody, so I'll watch it. No, this was really good. There's some badass cinematography in this. Like some of the shots in this were phenomenal. The color shifts, so like when they were doing the sacrificial circle thing, and the
Yeah.
contrast of the beiges with the red, that looked so good. So
See, I know
good.
you say you don't like Giallo, but when you say stuff like that, it's like I feel like you might like Suspiria.
I might. So I'm trying to remember off the top of my head what I have seen from that, but I just know that typically I'm not as bemused with it. The
Yeah.
music was good in this too.
Oh, that is the other thing. Ty West can put together a score like nobody's business for a film.
Yeah. No, this was good. And again, super 80s. Like the music was super 80s.
But this may be it's got to be just the overdone thing because I feel like I hear the same 80s songs in all of the 80s quote unquote horror movies. I love that we have like a different selection here, you know? Like
Yeah.
it's 80s
Yeah.
music, but it's not what you think of when
Yeah.
you're asked about 80s music.
Right. Well, and I think to your point, it's like that even with the instrumental stuff. And the use of the quiet, not quiet was like really no, I'm impressed. No, I really like this. This is something I'll revisit. I thought that was really good. It's because there's like those moments where like sorry, kitty cat. There's like moments where like it's like the part with the bathtub, just for
Yeah.
example, like I knew something was going to happen, but she had technically already seen enough of the tub, so I'm like, okay, it's probably not a body in there, right? But then when she sees the hair and it grosses her out, the music is the jump scare versus like, which I appreciate that as a jump scare tactic over things just being thrown in your
Over
face.
pop out. Yeah.
Yeah. And yes, we agree on the soundtrack. Soundtrack's dope.
Soundtrack.
Dope. I yeah, no, this was super good. I think I'll be honest, it's hard. Sometimes it can be difficult to go back to older movies, like movies legitimately from the 80s. And I think I've
Yeah.
seen this around, and that's actually why I didn't rush to see it, is because I thought it was really, really old and I wasn't sure I was going to be able to like it.
Yeah.
No, this was super good. No, it was good. Good
It is.
call.
And it's my exception to the 80s thing. Fingers crossed, because when we have to talk
Yeah.
about it, because it is the day.
Yeah,
Fingers
yeah, yeah.
crossed that Maxine is also one of those movies. When I found out that the third one was going to be, because I loved X, I loved Pearl, and when
I
I
know,
found out
yeah.
that Maxine was going to take place in the 80s, I was like, no, 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 please no. And then it was like, well, it's Ty West though, and I thought about House of the Devil, and it's like, maybe if I trusted anyone to do it, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think that, yeah, I think it's probably gonna, I don't know. I mean, if the other two, I would be very surprised if you end up being disappointed by Maxine. Um,
The trailer looks, I know everyone really loves the trailer. It looks so dumb to me.
but you know it's true though. I think some of it. I'm not saying all of it because I can't speak to how people feel on their own, right? But I do wonder, like sometimes it's buildup of stuff, right? Like if they withhold something,
Yeah.
you're like ready for it, ready for it, ready. Like you're so like there's an account that I follow that posts every day about waiting on the Maxine trailer, like every day. And so I think sometimes when you just want something, want something, want something, want something, you finally get it, you're just like, yes, like I'm like, I'm trying to think of an example of myself where like that's happened to me. I'm sure it has though, where you're like want something, want something, want something, want something, and then perfect example. The new Silent Hills, Return to Silent Hill. Like
Oh,
I have wanted a sequel to that 2006 one for so
yeah.
long. Literally since I left my butt in seat in 2006 when I went and saw it in theaters. And I got pumped. Well, it's a little bit different, I guess, because I got disappointed because they did Revelations and I didn't really like that. But when they finally announced this, and so now the anticipation for announcement day was supposed to release end of the year, but it's not hardcore. It's not hard set yet. And so, and then like build up for the trailer. So it's like when it finally gets here, I'm just going to be like, oh my God, you know? And I think because this trilogy has such a big following, and these people, you know, everybody that likes these doesn't just sort of like them. They love them. They're really excited
Yeah.
about Maxine. And so I think like that's some of it, is that certain people it's just like, oh, finally, you know, like
I think so. And we had that fake out too, where they were like, because it was supposed to play at the Super Bowl. And I know because I watched the Super Bowl start to finish this year. And where was it? You know? Like,
you're like, and I know because I
I was there. I usually, so my family does like a Super Bowl party, and I usually show up for like the snacks, you know, and I'll watch casually. But I usually come
good
in
reason to
late
show up.
and, you know, like,
Yeah.
and there for the last quarter. I don't think I've ever watched a Super Bowl so closely start to finish. I
You're
was like,
like, it's
"Where's my
gonna be,
Maxine trailer? Give it to me."
yeah. Yeah, the trailer thing can be tricky because like I mean, as you know, because we watch you know, we're in the same genre, at least in this side of things. I like we get too much in trailers sometimes, like too
So
much.
much.
And like I was trying to talk, so we went and saw, you know, Godzilla versus Kong, and I was telling my son about it, and he like fucking loves Mecha Godzilla. I'm like, you know, he's the bad guy. I don't care. He's cool. I like him. I get it. He's a robot. I get it. But he loves Mecha. So when I made our shirts, I asked him, I was like, who do you want on your shirt? He was like, Mecha. I was like, okay, but just so we're clear, so you're not disappointed, Mecha is not in this movie. And so I showed him the trailer, okay? Because I wanted him to see the visual of knowing like there's a new bad guy in this movie. It's not Mecha Godzilla. Because you
Yeah.
have to do that with 5-year-olds,
You
and
do.
otherwise he'll be inconsolable the whole movie. And I was very excited to go see Godzilla versus Kong. And so anyway, I showed him the trailer. I just clicked on the official one. I didn't even like. It was 3.5 minutes long,
That's so long for a trailer.
and I'm like, it showed clips of the main fight scene. It showed it showed so much. Now that I've seen it, I can think back to, and I'm like, so you never know what you're going to get with trailers either. Cause you're like, it's maybe too much, which is actually why I went into, cause I already had my reservations about FNAF. So I went into that without ever seeing the trailer, because I was like, I need to go in and I don't need to see anything because it's going to ruin it. It didn't matter, but I thought it was going to matter. And so I didn't watch it. And, yeah, like you just never know. But I watched the trailer on accident because it was on Twitter today. Obviously, it was everywhere. And yeah, I mean, I saw the Bates thing, and I saw what was the other one? The Night Stalker.
The Night Stalker. I
Yes,
think that might be why I had the reaction that I did to the Maxine trailer, because I get really leery about true crime stuff anyway. I was already kind of on the fence about the 80s, and then like the most recent Night Stalker thing I saw was that dumbass 1985 season of American Horror Story where they gave him Satan powers, and I was like, I'm not over that clearly, because when I saw that in the Maxine trailer, I was just like, no.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Trailers the teasers should be it. They shouldn't release any more than that. If they can't do it. Now, there is something, and I gave it away too much earlier, so I won't do it this time when I was talking to somebody else about it. But like, there is something that they did not show in the Godzilla trailer that I am shook they were able to keep a secret. But I was especially surprised because the trailer was 3 fucking minutes long. And I was like my son has seen the whole movie before we even went and saw it, you know, which is an exaggeration, obviously. But yeah, trailers. There's like, what was God, there was something recent where the trailer gave like everything away, but I can't remember what it was for. It's just too much though. Sometimes when you watch this, especially for horror movies, you can tell that you've seen all the scary parts.
Yeah.
You know, like you're just like,
and when
Right.
there's like plot, so it's my go-to example, because I think it's the one I very, very seldom watch horror trailers now unless it's like someone that I trust. Like I can watch an A24 movie and not understand what happened. There's no way I'm gonna get it from a trailer. You know, like
I
those
think
feel safe
that's
to
fair. I
watch.
would agree with that. No, I can agree
But
with
like
that.
for the most part, I do avoid them. And I remember the one that
Yeah.
broke me was the Pet Cemetery trailer, because there's like the Pet Cemetery
Oh,
remake
remake,
had
yeah.
one twist, and they show it in the trailer, and I was like, God damn it!
Oh, it's the other kid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that they swapped the kids, and I was like, because that would have gotten me in a theater, you know?
You're right. That would have been a really good oh shit moment. Like,
Yeah, like,
yeah,
and
no,
what
I agree.
when I saw it in the when I saw it in the theater, it was like a huge eye roll from me, because it's like, oh, I shouldn't have known this. And my poor friend who had never seen the original Pet Cemetery is like, we
Oh,
left the theater, and he's like, there was a weird vibe in there about some of these like deaths, and it's like, I think it was people that were mad at the trailer, to be honest. Like,
yeah. I don't it's crazy. It's crazy how much they give us. So I can't watch that one. I've seen the original several times. But I turned it on the remake when it came to streaming, and I saw the first 18 wheeler, and I was like, oh, forgot about that. And I just cut it off. I was like, can't do it. I have one of those. I can't do it. Not an 18 wheeler, but I have a child, and I can't watch that shit now. I cannot. Like the kid death scene, the murder scene in Doctor Sleep fucking broke me.
yeah.
Like I got up when the movie was over and I went and laid on the floor next to my son's crib. Like I was so that fucked me up so bad. And that little boy, he was in another, what was the other horror movie? Wide Awake or Wide
Oh, yeah, I think so.
something like that. He's great. That scene, and that's why I know this is so annoying. This is going to probably annoy you. Feel free to roll your eyes. But whenever people post that they're so attracted to her, I'm like, fuck you. She like brutally murdered a child. There's like nothing attractive about that as a villain in my eyes. Like I take it so personally.
I
I'm
know.
like, I can't. I draw my line at child killer.
I will. I get it, because I'm one of those people. I can't see like a gif of Rose the Hat without being like, whoo.
Yeah, and a lot of people are. A lot of people are like that. Yeah.
But it's so funny, because I read the book first, and
Oh,
it's
so I
like,
haven't read
it's
the
a
book.
very graphic book, like
Mhm.
in that regard. And I
Yeah.
was like, so when people were talking about, because I didn't watch the trailer, I was late to the theater to see the movie. I saw it, but I saw it like as it was leaving,
Okay.
So
Yeah.
there was like a lot of hype about Rose the Hat, and I was like, I don't think so. Like, I think you have the wrong person. Like, the child murderer, Rose the Hat. And then I got into the theater, and I was like, uh-oh. Like, yikes. I'm about to switch sides of this argument real quick.
Yeah, I just can't get past it. Every time, there's like those posts on Twitter that's like uh I don't know what they say, but the ones where they're like talking about being attracted to the villains. And I'm
Yeah.
always like, nope. I said, I no. That scene, I'm telling you. I've read, there was an interview or something I read like not long after it came out, where they were talking about the fact that they actually took out some of that scene because it was worse.
Yeah.
And they took some of the stuff. I haven't read the book. I actually am not like a big Stephen King book fan. I don't like the way he writes.
I actually think
Sue.
Stephen King was the one that suggested they make it shorter.
He,
Like, I feel
he,
like he was the one that was like, this is a bit
yeah,
much.
yeah, because he said he couldn't get through that scene with his wife.
Yeah.
He was like the original like cut of it. I'm pretty sure that was the interview that I read. He said that they watched it together and it was too much. And I'm like, well, no shit, man. Like, go back to the teenage orgies. I can process that way easier than I can that scene was so brutal. But yeah, that kind of stuff. I ever since I had a kid, I really legitimately can't watch stuff like that if it's too graphic. And I didn't know with the new Pet Cemetery how bad it was going to be. And so I just,
Yeah.
as soon as I saw, because it's like you see one before anything ever happens, you see an 18 wheeler go by. And I was just like immediately reached for the remote and was like, oh, forgot. And I just, I never went back and watched it because maybe it's because of the graphics or maybe because I've seen it a bunch of times. I can rewatch the original and it does not faze me. But new material where children are getting hurt, I can't. I'm like, fuck that. I cannot do it. I cannot do it.
If it makes you feel anything, you weren't. If it makes you feel better, you were not missing anything with the Pet Sematary remake.
I have heard that I am not missing anything. I have heard that. Yeah. I also watched Pet Sematary Bloodlines.
Mhm.
Someone drunk wrote that movie, I think. I don't know. It was really bad. I was and I'm mad too because like the poster was cool. I loved the poster for it because I loved like the aesthetic of it, and I was like, okay. But then they just did too much. I just wasn't a fan of it. But I'll probably never watch the remake because I can't get through that shit anymore. But yeah, I don't know. It doesn't have anything to do with trailers. I don't even remember how we got there. But
because of the really terrible trailer that they had. I will say the X trailer was also really terrible. Like, I saw the X trailer and my immediate reaction was, hey, I want to watch X. But it was St. Patrick's Day that it came out. And I was like, so I'm going to go to the movies. I'm going to do a double feature and I'm just going to get drunk at the theater because we have one of the theater bars. And I was like, because Uma came out the same day. And I remember that I was like, I'm going to watch Uma first because clearly it's going to be the better movie. And then I can be more drunk for X. Because the trailer just looked so bad. And I was like, sitting in X, like, I made a mistake. Like, Uma fucking sucked. What is this?
Yeah, Uma wasn't what I wanted it to be at all.
No.
I was late to that one. I didn't see that until it was on streaming somewhere. I watched it and I was so disappointed. I was like, oh, come on, man. This had so much potential.
I took my mom because I was like, I was so sure. I was like, this is going to be the mother-daughter movie of the year. Like, it's going to be great. And she's like, this one? Like, as we were walking out of the theater, and I was like, I don't know, Mom. I just don't know sometimes.
Oh, no.
I thought it was going to be good.
Man, it's hard. It's hard sometimes with films because, like, you know, as you know, like, I don't get to go to theaters just whenever I want to. Like, I have to strategically plan that shit. And so, like, and then sometimes it's not even necessarily a movie that, like, I really, really want to see in theaters. It's just when I need to for content purposes. And so, like, you know, but if it's something like Transformers or Godzilla, which I'm like, I can go, I can really nerd out about either of those two things. I can take my son to see those. So I get to go see stuff like that. And depending on what the new FNAF movie is like, I'll probably watch it first. And then whenever I'm assuming it's going to come out on Peacock again, but I'll watch it first. And then if I think it's okay, then I'll take him to theaters to see it. But like otherwise, I don't really get to see a whole lot of stuff unless I plan around it because like my partner will watch horror with me. She puts up with way more than she has to as far as the horror stuff, like hates gore and totally sat through Evil Dead Rise with me. Like not happily, but did so. Like, you know, I mean happy enough, but you know what I mean? Like it's not her thing. And then like, you know, my best friend has horror limitations. My other best friend has horror limitations. And so it's like they rotate movies. I'm like, all right, you're going to go see this movie with me. And then you're going to go see this one because like my best friend can't do the spooky paranormal stuff, but her husband, my other best friend can. And so like we rotate, like he went with me to see The Exorcist Believer, which I only had to see for content. I would have not gone to see that in theaters otherwise. But I don't get to go very often. So a lot of that stuff, I don't even get to see until it's on streaming. So Uma was one that I was like anticipating, like I really, really wanted to watch it. And then when it finally came to streaming, I watched it and I was like, okay, well, damn. Glad I didn't go to theaters. I would have been pissed.
I was not happy. X really saved the day. Because that's the thing with my mom is she really likes going to the movies, and she gets really offended because I don't take her to movies like I'll drag everyone I know out to movies except for my mom, but it's because she's like squeamish. She spooks easy.
Yeah.
Like she's just not gonna want to see the stuff so whenever there's a movie that it's like I think there's any chance my mom has a chance of liking this. And Uma, like, because she likes horror if it's like spooky a little bit and paranormal, and I was like, I could see this being the one, you know. And then you know she's like, because our plan was I was going to drop her off in between, and then she's like, what's the other movie that you're seeing? And she came and watched X with me too. She's a trooper because she made it through the end of that movie and she's like, I don't know about this one. And I was like, X is my movie of the year. She's like, all right, well.
Yeah. I think like I only have a couple movies. I think I had more movies in 2022 that I wanted to see in theaters than I have in the last 2 years coming into 2024. But like I'm gonna go see Crow opening weekend. Some of the urgency is content related, but also I just really want to watch. And then I got to see the actual like big trailer when I went and saw Godzilla versus Kong. If Silent Hills is released or Return to Silent, I keep calling it the game name that we never got. Return to Silent Hill comes out this year. I will be butts in seat for that. So there's a couple things, but it's not much. Like I felt like in 2022, I was like devastated because like I couldn't keep up and go watch everything I wanted to watch. And this year I'm just kind of like, yeah, I'll just wait until it's on streaming and I'll just see it eventually. I
That's
just have
kind of
a
how
couple
I've
things.
been.
Yeah.
I've seen well, that's not entirely true because neither one's. I've seen two of my least favorite movies in theater this year. And I haven't been to see
Oh, that
anything
came
good, and
out in
it's like I gotta
2024.
fix this. Yeah,
Yeah.
2024 has not been my movie year. And then it was like, well, I'll go see
Yeah.
Immaculate because that seems like something that I would like
Mhm.
potentially.
Yeah.
But I've been having car issues, and I'm like about to be on the road, and it's like I'm not gonna get out to see that.
Yeah. And see, like, I'm kind of over the pregnancy horror thing in general. So I'm
Yeah.
kind of like, I don't know, like the nun, it's like two nun slash pregnancy movies are coming out, and I'm just like, like I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna like the first Omen. I know people are like losing their shit over it, and I think it's I love that for them. I really do because I mean, God knows I wish I had more horror I was excited about, but I don't think I'm gonna like that one. I am more inclined probably to like Immaculate just because Sydney Sweeney's in it, and I love her. She's from Euphoria, and I love that show. But I know she's done other stuff too, but I know her as Cassie from Euphoria, and so I'm like, I'm pumped. And then like hearing her talk about the film and what it meant to be a part of it. What else did she do? Produce it? Something else.
Something. I
Something.
don't really know.
And just kind of talking about what it's about, and it's pro-choice and all these things. And I'm like, I'm here for that. But the first Omen, honestly, like I sound like such a downer because like we covered it, the trailer and stuff in Coffee Crypt. And Steve's like, I'm interested. And I'm like, I don't care. I'm like, I don't fucking care. I'm like, I was like, B for B, this is for you. I was like, for what fucking reason? Why are we revisiting this shit? Like, The Omen is a good movie. I am not a massive Omen fan. I'm not one of those people that like ranks it super high or anything, but it was fine for its time. But like, I don't understand the going back to it and doing. I don't understand. So it's just not. I don't think it's going to be one that I'll probably watch it eventually when it's free. But my gut tells me I will not like it, and that's how I felt about Night Swim, and I was 1,000% right.
I feel really, God, I've got to see more movies this year. Right now, Night Swim is my movie of the year. And it's because I just haven't
What?
watched enough stuff. I've watched 3 movies. Night Swim was the best of the 3 for me. Uh, it's rough. Poor Things was gonna be my movie of the year until I realized it came out last year, and I just fucking slept on it. Um,
Oh, I forget that it came out last year. You're right.
I know. I was like that.
So
I got so hyped when I saw it. And I was like, "This is it. This is my movie of the year." And both of my co-hosts are like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
you're not laughing.
Like,
So I
no, it's
know
not.
it's between Night Swim, Lisa Frankenstein, and what's the other one?
Uh, it's not a horror movie. I saw the Mean Girls remake.
Oh,
And it's worse than Night Swim.
damn. That's
Not
just
by
rude.
much. Like they're neck and neck, but
Yeah. What about Long Legs?
I'm
I'm
excited for Long
I'm
Legs.
really excited. Neon has this and what's the other one? Oh, Cuckoo. Those are
Oh,
the two.
yeah.
Those are the two coming out soon. Well, those are the two big ones this year that I'm also excited about. Those are two good ones. And speaking of Euphoria, like oh my god, Hunter Schafer is in Cuckoo, and she looks great. I'm so excited about that one. Yeah, Longlegs looks good. I have to say something, like Neon's like advertising and stuff, marketing around Longlegs was
Top tier
brilliant.
marketing.
Brilliant marketing, because like, now don't get me wrong, the marketing was misleading to me because I always just try to make things what I want them to be. And which isn't reality. Like but I was a little disappointed it didn't go the direction I thought it was going to be, and it's going to be like a slash, like a serial killer movie. But the marketing around this is brilliant. The posters, all four of them are really really cool. And I think between what's her name from It Follows and Nick Cage, I'm stoked.
It's gonna be amazing.
I think it's going to be really good.
That honestly might be my movie of the year.
I'm thinking it's probably a pretty good contender for me as well, depending on how scary Cuckoo is.
But I will say the bar right now is Night Swim. So I have Dream Scenario, which I like finally has hit streaming, and I'm going to get to watch it. But
Mhm.
it's just like trying to find movie time this week has been.
I never have movie time. Of course, I end up spending it doing other things because I just have to make myself watch stuff or I won't. And I know you and I have talked about this before, because it happens to me every year. I get burnt out on horror, and by the end of the year, I don't want any more of it for a while. And I'm
Yeah.
just trying to be like, this year I'm trying to pace it a little bit better. Looking forward to it. Yeah, me too. I think Longlegs is going to be good. That's one that I'm not worried about. Like sometimes, like you can go into something and you're hopeful, but you're like, ugh, like it could go either way. I don't think this is like that. I think this is guaranteed, I think, to be a winner. I don't think it's going to disappoint. I would have also taken a Willie's too, but if we're going to get Nick Cage horror, I'll take it.
I would still take a Willie's too.
Like, while we're on the subject.
He's like, he said he was retiring and it scared the shit out of me. And then he was like, I'm going to be cutting back. And I was like, okay. And he's like 5 or 6 movies tops. And then he's come out like with like 3 movies. And it's like, hey, buddy, where's Willy's Wonderland 2? Like, if you've only got 3 more of these.
Yeah. And one of them better fucking be Willy's Wonderland too. Man, I would love to see like multiple films of him and the girl, the main, I can't remember her name, but the main girl. And they just like go like small town to small town fighting animatronics. Like I would be so fucking on board for that. Like Willie's is just top tier. Top tier. There was no way FNAF was ever going to be good enough to make Willie's.
No.
I like it more now than I did the first time I watched it, because my son is obsessed and we watch it literally all the time and over a million times. We just watched it the other day because I sent you the picture of the thumbs up. And I do like it more now, but I think I've come to like it not as a Five Nights at Freddy's movie, as just like a, like, I don't know.
As like a nostalgic movie that your kid likes.
Exactly. Yeah, and something I can share with him. And the big kids liked it too. So it's something that I can share with them too.
Yeah.
I think my partner really liked it too, and they've all played the games and they do like the VR. And by the way, what's really fucking scary in VR? The first Five Nights at Freddy's. I don't know if I told you. Did I tell you I tried to do it?
Yeah.
And it fucking scared me so bad. I literally heard the dum dum. I was like, I'm out. I'm done. Tapped. I lasted like 20 seconds in that thing. But yeah, I think I would love a Willie's too, and because I don't think the story has to make sense, right? It doesn't. It doesn't matter. I just want to see more. God, that movie's so good.
I just want him fighting more animatronics. It's
yes, and like weird, like unsettling, sarcastic ones, like the Sarah, is it Sarah Siren or Siren?
Yeah, Sarah Siren.
Oh my God, the shit she says. Oh, it's good.
And my partner, I make him watch dumb movies all the time, and he's very patient about it. I think the only time he's ever asked to rewatch a movie, he's like, "When are we gonna watch Willy's Wonderland again?" And it's like, yes, 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 yes. He's on board with the killer animatronics, which isn't true anymore because now he also wants to rewatch Jason X, which just amazing. I love that out of like all of the classic horror films ever, he was
That's
like,
the one.
Jason X is the one.
Yeah, my sister came and stayed. This has been a few months ago because this was like way before my surgery and stuff. She came over and stayed overnight on a weekend, and I showed her Willie's because she'd never seen it, and I showed her Trick or Treat because she'd never seen that either. But Willie's came up, I guess, when I went to my parents for Easter when we were out of town, and I don't even remember how it came. Oh, probably because we were talking about Poppy's playtime, and because my son's obsessed with that, which honestly I am too. Like I'm super into Poppy. And so anyway, so it came up in conversation, and my sister was like, I loved Willie's. And she looked at my mom, she was like, she showed me that. Like when I was there visiting, that movie was so fun. Like she loved it and she'd never seen it. And she doesn't get to watch stuff like that often because my nephew is older. He's autistic, so he still lives at home and he's like super scared of everything. He will not watch Five Nights at Freddy's. And so, but she doesn't get to see anything like that. And so she finally saw Willie's, and I was like, yeah, Willie's is good. And she like loved it. But she was like watching her get re-excited, telling somebody she watched. I thought was cool because I was like, yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one.
That's such a good feeling when you have someone that gets excited about something.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
it's not just you alone talking about
Yeah.
Willie's at family gatherings.
Well, there's two of us. Yeah. If it wasn't for the language and the sex stuff, I'd let my son watch it. But the language is a bit much and the sex scene is too much. I guess I could fast forward it, but I think it's still a little too much for him. Five Nights at Freddy's was like the perfect middle ground, I think.
Yeah.
But the language and stuff in Willie's is fine for adults, obviously, and probably for teenagers, but he's too young for that one. But I will show it to him one day. One day he'll get to see it. But he'll probably be he'll be too used to Five Nights at Freddy's that it won't be like he won't understand that, like, no, but like this came first. Not
there was a time where
storyline-wise,
there was no FNAF movie.
yeah, there was a time
We
when
got
this was the FNAF movie because there was nothing else, and so, but we'll continue to watch him because he's stoked, and I just ordered him a big kid an adult cup that's got the characters from Five Nights at Freddy's 3 because is it 3 Springtrap? That's 3, right?
Yeah,
and so he loves all of that, and the animatronic stuff is super interesting to him. Like, have you heard of the Garden of Ban?
I have
You don't
not.
know that one? So it's
No.
another like mascot horror kind of thing. It's weird though. It's not as like it's a little obscure. It's kind of obscure, but it's like you play as a player. It's very Poppy's Playland, but like on maybe a lower budget. And you go into like this building and it's a garden, like kindergarten, but it's garden. And there's like all these monsters in there, and you're trying to learn the story of it's very Poppy's Playhouse or Playtime. Poppy Playtime. And it's very similar, but it's not as much money into it because Poppy looks good. Like that game looks really, especially that last chapter blew my mind. But anyway, but I digress. But he's like been watching that a lot, and it's fucking weird. But it's in the same vein though. It's like, you go in somewhere that's supposed to be kid friendly, and like the things that are there are not actually kid friendly, that kind of thing, whatever you call that.
Yeah.
Do this and then we can wrap up. Finally saw Talk to Me last night. Yeah, so I really like Talk to Me. Was that not one you liked?
Oh, I liked it.
Okay, sometimes when you like nod, it's like
no, I'm in a kind of a weird spot with Talk to Me because I liked it a lot, and then we talked about it on our show, and it's like it was both of my co-hosts' movie of the year, and it was like most of our listeners' movie of the year, and it's like, okay, roll it back a little bit. It's good. Like,
it was good though. And as you know this because you know me really pretty well. Like, I don't really like A24 films. I typically avoid them at all cost because I don't. I've seen too many that I hated to make me just go like. But this one, I like possession stuff, so I was like, okay, this is interesting. Let me tell you something. So it came on. I think I rented it, so I paid like $5 for it or whatever to watch it when it came out on rentals. And I really, really liked it. I'll tell you another one. If you have not seen this, is I just watched Baghead, which is on Shudder, I think. Yeah. And so I saw this. I've been seeing Baghead around for a while because it's not super new. It's been out for a little bit now, but I saw this article. I don't know where I saw it. Twitter, probably. That's what I'm on the most. So it's probably Twitter. Where people like this person wrote an article and they were basically talking about how people like said negative things about Baghead because they said it was too much like Talk to Me and it was a copycat, but it wrapped production before Talk to Me was ever out. So that's just simply not true factually. But
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting because I don't think that it's the same as Talk to Me. Like, I guess I can kind of see like sort of what they were going for, but I still really liked it. I think there's some things that they overshowed, sometimes less is more. But I liked it for a film that I'm not seeing many people talk about. Yeah, it's on Shudder. I just watched it like 2 days ago. Because Tasha wanted me to let her know when I finished watching it because she watched it and she really liked it. And I was like, I really liked the concept. I thought the acting was good. The concept is cool. I liked it. I was surprised that more people aren't talking about it, given just what we're getting right now. Like, I don't know. I'm ready for, you know what? I'm ready for Late Night with the Devil. Late night? No. Late night?
I think it is Late Night with the Devil.
Late Night with Jimmy Fallon. I was trying to think of what the hell it was called. Yeah, definitely do. And then find me somewhere and tell me what you thought. Because I thought it was pretty good. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's 10 out of 10. But if I had to rank it out of 10, I'd probably give it like a 6 or a 7. I really liked it. I thought it was fun. I'm really ready for Late Night with the Devil, though. Like, I'm really ready to see that. But I won't see it till it comes out on streaming when it's on Shudder. So I think I got like 2 weeks left or something like that before it comes out. But I do want to see that too. And I'm ready for Godzilla vs. Kong 3. And 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and all of the Godzilla versus Kongs. Oh God, that movie was so fucking good. I had so much fun with it. Somebody had posted that they didn't think it had any heart, but I just don't agree. Maybe it's because like my monster of choice isn't Godzilla. My monster of choice is Kong, and he always has heart. And so I was just like, no heart. I literally cried in the theater. You're crazy. I loved it. So good.
Oh,
that's another one I'll watch as long as they keep making them. Like, and I'm like, it's so funny because there's like, it shows us in the trailer, so this is not a spoiler, but there's the part where Kong puts his hand up out of the hole, the portal from Hollow Earth, and he climbs out, and my nephew is sitting like 2 spaces down from me. And at the same time, because that's not good. It's not good that he's coming out. And at the same time, we both go, oh shit, like loud. We were both like, oh shit. And it was so funny because like, I don't get into movies like that in theaters very often. It takes but like that and the last Transformer Rise of the Beast, I was like off the chain. Like I was so wild. And for the younger ones, that means wild. Off the chain is a term that used to be really popular. And but man, like Transformers was so good for me too. Like I just get so into those movies. But Godzilla versus Kong, like I said, there's so many things I said like out loud, not thinking about the fact that I was in a theater because I was just so into it. It was like just me and them, you know. It's like so good. It's so good. Do you watch those, the Godzilla's movies?
Oh, the Godzilla ones, yeah.
Yeah. Did you see Skull Island?
I did. I did not like Skull Island much,
Okay.
but
I've liked all of them. I don't think I have a single one that I didn't like. My only complaint,
I didn't love Skull Island, but like I had a fun time watching it. I think is the thing is that you can go in and you can have a fun time with them.
Yeah, they're just monster
and they
movies,
don't need
right?
to be like.
Yeah, no, I love it. I have loved all of them. The only thing I struggle with the Godzilla movies is I don't like the people as much in those. Like the Kong people, I like the humans that are part of the Kong story in Skull Island and in Versus One and the New Empire. I just love them. Like I love the Kong people so much more than the Godzilla people. And so when they got rid of Godzilla people in the newer one, I was like, thank God. I get it. She's popular because she's in Stranger Things. Why is she still in the movie? We don't care. Her story is wrapped up. I don't need to see her in any more Godzilla movies. Yeah, I actually have not seen this one. I have not seen Godzilla -1. It's still not streaming, is it? I don't think it is.
I don't believe so.
It's making too much money to stream is the problem, which I'm not mad at. I'm really not.
I, on the other hand, big fan of Godzilla -1.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna like it. It's not streaming yet.
I will say
Okay.
it's kind of a weird time because usually when I watch Godzilla movies, I watch it because they are kind of silly monster movies, and I have not a lot of
Yeah,
franchises that I can turn my brain off during. Godzilla -1 does not fill that, like, it doesn't scratch that
yeah,
itch, but I also think it's, critically speaking, the best Godzilla movie by kind of a long shot. So
yeah,
it's, I'm glad to have seen it. I had a good time.
yeah. Well, -1 took home a bunch of Oscars, did it not? Took home a lot of wins,
I think so.
and it's good. I intend to watch it. It just I know that it's a more serious film, so I have not prioritized. I didn't prioritize going to see it in theaters because I knew that the new Versus was coming out, and that was more my speed for Godzilla movies because I grew up
Yeah.
on the old crazy looking ones, and but I love these. I like it. I'm telling you, man. It's like I'm like a kid when I go see these movies, like that and Transformers. When we went to see Rise of the Beast, which is, the one with the Maximals animals in it. Like my son was sitting next to me. He watched it. He really enjoyed it, but like didn't enjoy it like I enjoyed it. Like there's like like Optimus Prime always says like roll out. Like that's his shit. Autobots
Yeah.
roll out. He says it all the time. It's like iconic, right? And when he says it, you're like, me too. I'm coming with you. Like you just get pumped. And so in this movie, like I'm telling you, it was like I really legitimately was like a child. I'm sitting in the seat and he's standing next to fucking Primal and he says Autobots and Primal says Maximals. And at the same time, they say roll out. I fucking lost my mind. I was like, I cannot handle the level of cool that they are. And I'm like nudging my son. I'm like, did you hear it? And he's like, can you please like, because I was just like so into it. Oh God, that part. I like that part. I'm telling you, like I just like my brain just like I was ready to spontaneously combust. I was not prepared for the level of cool that was them saying that shit together. I was like, what? So anyway, as long as they keep making Godzilla movies, I'll see them. I am gonna see -1 as soon as it's available for me to see. I just didn't get to see it in theaters.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Well, I'm gonna wrap us up because I got work in the morning. But this was fun though. I really
This
did
was a
enjoy
lot
the
of
movie.
fun. It was
I
and
really
I'm
enjoyed it.
glad. I'm glad you liked the movie. It's one of you know
Mhm.
this because that's how we ended up here. It's one of my 2 go-to Eclipse films.
Yeah, this and Little Shop of Horrors.
Yeah.
We should do a watch along for that one too. I fucking love that movie.
It's so good.
I love all horror musicals. I don't think I've seen a horror musical I didn't love, honestly. I love them. They're so fun. And that's one of my favorite ones. Oh,
I will say
so
they're hit or miss for me. They're mostly hits. The ones
mhm.
I don't like, I really don't like, but it's overwhelmingly I love horror musicals.
What's the ones you don't like?
I we just had to talk about this on my podcast because one of the patrons picked it. I hate Rocky Horror. I hate it so much.
What?
I
That's
hate
not
it.
allowed.
And we're always like, I know. And every year for like Pride Month, it's come up where it's like, is this the year we do Rocky Horror? And it's like, please don't
Oh,
make me
right.
criticize this during Pride
Oh
Month because
no.
you know I'm gonna tear into it. And finally, one of our patrons was just like, this is the time we're doing it. And I was like,
Yeah.
and I hadn't seen it. I get dragged because I'm a horror fan, I'm a musical fan. I went to a performing arts school. All of my friends are gay. I a lot of my family is gay. I've seen this so many times, and I saw it and I've been dragged out to like the midnight premieres and stuff. I've seen it on stage. But I don't think I've
Dang.
actually had to like sit
Oversaturation?
down and watch it since like middle school. And I
Okay.
was like, I was ready to like pull my hair out. I was like, I can't do the music in this right now. I'm gonna murder someone. And it's so like it's not I personally don't feel like it's well composed, but it's catchy. So it's in your head for the rest of
Ooh,
your life
catchy.
if you watch it one time, and I was like, "Oh my god."
So what's the other one?
Um, you know, I think it's just because it's so fresh. That's the only one that I'm coming up with right now. I feel like there are 2.
Is Repo's not one of them, is it?
Oh, no, I fucking love Repo.
Oh, thank God.
It's so good.
It's like, and that's the last time Kat was on Voices.
No,
I
Repo.
love Repo
I
the
also
Genetic Opera is so fucking good.
I also got in trouble because we had to rank on the same podcast like a month
Mhm.
before we did Rocky Horror, which might be
Yeah.
why I had to watch it. We did like our top 100 movies of all time. Repo was my number 10, and everyone's like, "Can't get the fuck out of here."
No, I love that movie though. It's so
It's
good.
so good.
It's so good. I mean, one of my big things is like, so I didn't see it until probably like 2011, 2010 or something like that. Because it was before I moved up to Atlanta. And my friend was like, "You've never seen this?" And she was also very into musicals and stuff. And I was like, "I actually have not seen this." And I was like, "Is that Giles?" I was like, "There's no way. How come?" Because he sings in the show. I know he knows how to play guitar and sing. Anthony Stewart Head is like, he knows how to do his music. He's musically inclined. But I was like, "What?" That was made it. And then the girl from Spy Kids was in it. It just threw me. I was like, "How have I not seen this?" I loved it. I thought it was so good. It's so dark and gritty, and good.
I love that movie so much.
Yeah, I actually own that. And I'm not super into physical media, but I own it. I bought it like right after I went and watched it. I went to a movie stop and bought it for like $5. That was back in the day. But no, I love that one. And what's the other one? The Carnival one.
Devil's Carnival.
Devil's Carnival. I like that one too. That's got the Gravedigger from Repo in it, right? He's
Yeah, he
he's like
plays
one of
the
the main
devil.
characters. Yeah. And
That one, I will say, it's not on my miss category because the songs that are so good in it are so good, and I love the visuals.
Mhm.
There were a couple songs in there though that I will skip, which is like
Oh, and the
a
Devil's
rarity for
Carnival?
me. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a revisit often for me. I don't think it's as strong a horror musical as Repo. What about and I know it was staged first, but then they made a movie. What about Sweeney Todd?
I love Sweeney Todd. I
Yeah.
love both the stage version and I
Never
think
seen
that
the
was
stage
actually the
version.
last Tim Burton movie that I liked. Because I don't like his newer stuff, but I loved him growing up, and then I got
Mhm. Yeah.
annoyingly into Sweeney Todd when it came
Yeah.
out.
Is it like a personality for a while?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. I was Mrs. Lovett that year.
I can see that.
Was
Yeah, I love that movie. Yeah, that's a super good one. That's a really, really good one. I like that one a lot too. I was trying to think of I know there's more. That's not it. I like Rocky Horror Picture Show though. But I don't know. It's just like as far as like deep ones though, I think Repo is like the most involved one that exists in my opinion. Like as far as like the story and the characters and the world that it builds, and
I
it's
love the
so
world building of Rebo
it's
so
very
much.
like modern gothic, which I don't think is like an easy thing to do. I think people try to do it and it usually fails, but they just fucking nailed it. That
They
blue
did.
gray, oh god, it's so good.
And the cast. The
Oh
cast of Rebo is so just they got Paul Sorvino, which just kills me. It's like, how did
yeah,
they get him to do this?
it's so good. Oh, and Paris Hilton
Paris
plays the
Hilton.
like what? It's
And she's
wild.
so good in the role also.
She is quite good in the role. You're right. No, she is good. I
And
love
if you
no,
had told me during my and they came out like less than a year apart. If you had told me like at the height of my Sweeney Todd phase that the movie that replaced it in my heart was going to be a Paris Hilton film, I would not have believed you. I would
I
have
think
been like,
that's
no
I think
way in
that's
hell.
fair. I think that's fair, right? Yeah. No, I like horror musicals. I keep meaning to cover them, but I haven't. I haven't covered any of them. Not really. I don't think. I don't think so. But I
And
do like them.
I like Climax also.
I haven't seen that one.
It's weird, but I
It's,
like it.
when did it come out? It's older.
It came out. It's one of the newer like horror musicals. I feel like it came out in
2018.
2016. Oh, I was close. I was only a couple years off.
Is it
It's one of those
streaming?
movies
Oh,
that you're
it
just
is.
watching it and you're like, oh, what the hell?
It's on Hulu right now. Yeah, I hadn't even heard of this one. Why is Tasha messaging so late? Every time she messages late, I'm like, oh.
I know,
So-
she's having a tough day.
I know. We've been talking about it off and on. I've been sending her some things about what she could. She's like, what about this season? I'm like, I got you. Though I know most of them. I don't know all of them. I stopped watching an Apocalypse, but I got you before then.
Yeah, I've been helping her.
Yeah, she said she
I
said that.
I feel so bad though, because like the one she needs the most help for, she's like, none of the synopses for for Delicate make any sense. And I was like, that's because that fucking season makes no sense.
Yeah,
Like,
I didn't
can't
even
help
watch
you.
that season.
I can't explain what happens.
I was out when they added Kim Kardashian. I was like, I'm good, thanks. I stopped. I literally watched like, I think maybe 3. I watched up to Apocalypse where the witches show back up, and I was like, no, and I stopped watching. And I didn't watch any of them after that. So I haven't seen 80, 85 or whatever it is.
So dumb.
And I didn't see Delicate. I'm not seeing Delicate. And am I missing one? Apocalypse.
NYC.
NYC. I didn't watch that one either. I was done. Well, anyway, I'll wrap us up here. No, this was fun. We should do this again.
Absolutely.
Maybe do Repo Genetic Opera. I fucking love that movie.
Yes. Always. I'll dig my Blind Mag cosplay out of the
Oh, love that. You should. No, I love that movie so much. I need to revisit. I haven't watched it in a few years, but no, it's
so good.
no, I'm excited. Well, cool. Well, no, this was fun. We'll do watch-alongs again. I thought that was fun.
Right.
In case you missed the beginning and you're watching the end of it, I did a book shout for We're Not Ourselves Today by Candisha Press. You can get this now. It came out in March, and in 25 minutes, you can get A Year Spent in Horror by Radar DeBoard, which is 365 prompt-based microfictions. And this man's creativity is mind-blowing. So check it out for sure. I'll be promoting it a lot over the next couple of weeks. So anyway, all right, cool. Well, Kat, thanks for joining. I know this was super last minute, but I'm glad we could do it.
Yeah, I'm glad we could. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course, always. And thanks everybody in the chat that came in, said hello, and chatted and watched the movie with us. That was fun. Hope to do it again. I'm stalling while I try to find the outro video. There it is. Anyway, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us tonight. Hope you enjoyed these. I plan to do some more in the future. Kat and I got some horror musicals to cover. So enjoy the rest of your night. Have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.